Welcome to the topic drift and resistance and the effect of temperature and doping on mobility. So, we have already discussed what is meant by drift current. So, the current due to the applied electric field is called as the drift current. Consider here a semiconductor material which is supplied with an voltage V. So due to this applied voltage, there is an electric field E, and because of the applied electric field, there is movement of charge carriers. So we know that the conventional current flows from the positive to negative terminal of the battery. So there will be movement of electron from the minus to the plus. So this type of current, that is the movement of carrier due to the applied electric field, is called as the drift current. So what is diffusion? So the diffusion is the next type of current flow which is possible in a semiconductor material. So this is due to the flow of charge carriers, is due to the density gradients. That is density gradient in the sense the rate of change of the concentration of the charge carriers. So assume a semiconductor material which is having a fully charged or heavily doped electrons in one side or heavily doped material on one side, and the other side it is not having any charge carriers. So this is called as concentration gradient. So due to the different rate of the concentration, so the electrons will tend to move from its fully occupied region to the empty region or low density region. This type of current flow is called as the diffusion current. Next, assume a semiconductor material, a semiconductor bar whose resistivity is to be found out. So here you assume W is the width of the bar, W is the width of the bar, and T is the thickness. W is the width of the bar, T is the thickness of the bar, and L is the length of the bar. So we know that when an electric field is applied here, so there will be a movement of current, or there will be movement of charge carriers. The movement of charge carriers is due to both the electrons and the holes. So when an electric field E is applied, so there will be two charge carriers available. One is called as the hole motion, or the electric field due to, or the electric field current due to holes, and the other one is due to the electrons. So the conventional current will be from the positive to the negative terminal of the battery, whereas the electrons will be moving from the negative terminal to the positive terminal. That is, the conventional current direction will be opposite to that of the applied electric field. So what about the holes? So the holes will have the movement in the direction of the applied electric field. So what is resistivity? Resistivity is nothing but R is equal to if R is a given resistance, rho is the resistivity of the material, then the resistivity is given as R is equal to rho into L by A, where L is nothing but the length of the bar and A is nothing but the cross-sectional area of the bar. So as we have discussed, so the drift current of both the electrons and holes the current will be in the direction of the applied electric field, but the movement of the electrons will be in opposite to that of the holes. Since electron has a negative charge, the current also will be, the conventional current we will be assuming in the opposite direction, and the drift current is always constant throughout the bar. Okay. Now coming to the next topic, what is the effect of temperature and doping on the mobility? So in the previous video lecture, we have discussed we have derived the formula for what is meant by mobility and what is the formula for the conductivity. Okay, fine. So we know that the mobility and the carrier concentration or the amount of charge carriers which is present, which results in the conductivity of the material, is temperature dependent. That is, as temperature changes, the mobility and the carrier concentration or the conductivity of the material will also change. So in this case, conductivity is given by the formula sigma is equal to Q into mu n plus mu n into n plus mu p into p. So here we can see that this T here indicates that this sigma is a function of time. Function of temperature. So mu n of T indicates that the mobility will varying with respect to temperature, and n of T indicates that the number of charge carriers also increases with or changes with respect to the temperature. So what is meant by scattering? There are two types of scattering. One is called as the lattice scattering and another one is called as the impurity scattering. So, so what is scattering? So when free charge carriers are available in the crystal, so the charge carriers will be drifted due to the applied electric field in one direction. So when it is moving in a direction, automatically it will be having some barriers in its path and it leads to this collision. So the collision will be resulting in the scattering process. Scattering is nothing but the deviation of the charge carriers from its actual path. So that scattering is of two types. One is called as lattice scattering and another one is called as the impurity scattering. So what is lattice scattering? Lattice scattering is nothing but the collision of the charged particles on the lattice structures or the ionized particles which is present in the lattice which is fixed there. And impurity scattering is nothing but this collision of the charged particles on the impurities which is present or the dopants which we have added in a semiconductor material. So how it affects the mobility of the charge carriers. So we know that, and we will first see what is lattice scattering. So at 0 degree Kelvin, the atoms are these crystal lattice will be vibrating. So this vibration will result in the disruption of the potential function. This resulting in an interaction between the carrier and the vibrating lattice atoms. That is, when the temperature increases, automatically there will be a collision or there will be an interaction between the carrier, the moving carrier, as well as the vibrating lattice atoms. So what happens automatically? Because of this, the mobility decreases. So here it is given as ml, that is the mobility of the charge carriers due to the lattice scattering is proportional to T power minus 3 by 2. That is, it is inversely proportional to the temperature. That is, as temperature increases, the probability of scattering also decreases and hence the mobility increases. Or if the temperature increases, the mobility will be decreasing. So this is called as the lattice scattering. So here you can see that the lattice scattering, it will be T of minus 3 by 2, and here it decreases as the temperature increases. Okay, so this lattice scattering will be generally it will be dominant at the higher temperature. So at low temperature, the scattering will be mainly due to the impurity scattering. That is, the impurities which is present in the semiconductor material will be resulting in a scattering, and this will be dominating at the low temperature, and it is given by the mobility is directly proportional to T to the power 3 by 2. So here overall, if we take the summation of the two scattering, it gives us that the dominant scattering procedure, it will be for at the lower temperature, it will be our impurity scattering, and at high temperature the lattice scattering will be in the effect. So for the lower doping level, the mobility is limited with the collision with the lattice. That is it means that when my concentration of the impurities are very less, that is at the low concentration mobility at the lower carrier concentration, or I can say that at lower dopant concentration, my mobility will be mainly depending upon the or it will be decided by the lattice scattering. So what happens is, as temperature increases, the mobility will be decreasing. So here we can see here you have two curves, one indicating the holes and the other indicating the electrons. So here we have that Nd plus Na is nothing but the total number of dopants. So here at the higher temperatures, so what happens is the mobility decreases for both the electrons and holes, and this is because of the doping concentration is more. So what happens is, at higher temperature the effect of lattice scattering takes place, and also we can see that the mobility of electrons is high when compared to the holes, because holes are heavier than the electrons. So what is resistivity? So we know that the resistivity is nothing but sigma is equal to 1 by rho q n mu n plus p n p, which is nothing but the conductivity, and resistivity can be in n type it can be taken as 1 by q n d into mu n. So n d is nothing but the number of electrons which is present, and P is nothing, Na is nothing but number of acceptor ions, or it is nothing but the number of holes in the p-type semiconductor. So the resistivity property also we can see here, as doping increases, the resistivity will be decreasing. So the mobility is the measure of how fast the carrier is moving. So here the collision time also decides the mobility of the charge carriers. That is, if T increases, T is nothing but the collision time. The longer between the time, if the time between the collision increases, the mobility increases. Also, if the effective mass m decreases, that is, if the particle is very lighter, then the mobility increases. So mobility is mainly decided by the tau and m, where tau is nothing but the time constant, the time interval between the collision is directly proportional, and the mass is inversely proportional, and it is given by the holes will be having lesser mobility when compared to the electrons. So this graph, it gives for various concentration of the donor and the acceptor impurities how my mobility will be varying with respect to the temperature. So we can see here, as my number of impurities increases, here as we can see that as my concentration of the acceptor ions, as the concentration of the acceptor ions decreases, the mobility here increases. In this case also you can see that the concentration of the ions will as it increases, the mobility decreases, and